slowly starting to realize that when you share with people about your idea for a book, it's almost like they have to accept your topic before they can accept your book or you as a writer. It's interesting. I am writing a book about how to write a book. How's that? Tricky, isn't it? The reason why I came up with this idea was originally it wasn't on purpose. I came up with the idea because I was writing another book on how to write a book in 6 hours or less. And after 4 hours of writing, this story came about Scotty the Scarecrow and him wanting to write a book. So that's where that idea came up. And for me, I have other book ideas, but I wanted to know what the process was when it came to writing a book. And it was different than anything else that I've experienced. I've tried my hands at doing stand-up comedy and that kind of stuff, but it's different because when you write a book, it seems like it's very subjective. But also, what ends up happening is people tend to qualify you or put you in certain boxes based on the topic of your book or your experience. I don't know why that is. I think anytime you mention the idea that you're writing a book, that people should just be acceptive of the book that you're writing. Doesn't matter what the topic is. It could be anything under the sun. Because it's a hard enough process to get the book finished, let alone started, published, all this kind of stuff that pops up. And I understand that it's over 90%, it's like 97 to 99% of the people that want to write a book never finish their book. And I wonder why that is. I think a big part is we feel that we have to be an expert in order to write a book. And I don't think you have to. I think you have to understand universal laws, principles when it comes to writing a book. You should understand structure. You should understand that you need a beginning, a middle, and an end. You should understand at least a little bit of the hero's journey. And then from there, it's basically just writing out the chapters. So for me, I had to eventually get to a point where I wrote the end first. That way I can back up and flesh out everything else. But it's just interesting. When you tell someone you're excited and you're writing a book, and then they ask you what it's about, and you tell them what it's about, it's a book about how to write a book, it becomes, oh, well, that's strange or that's weird or whatever. But that could be any topic under the sun. You're going to find people that will react the same way. So how do you overcome that? I think the greatest way to overcome the fact that you're not an expert when it comes to writing a book is to do it anyway, to start writing. If you're writing a book, and if you finish that book, in my books, that makes you an expert because you wrote a book. And nobody can come to you and say, you don't know anything about your subject, whatever it is. You say, look, here's my book. Bam. So I'm making this video more for myself to encourage myself, but hopefully it encourages someone out there. It encourages you to write because I honestly believe from the bottom of my heart two things. One, every person has a book that they can write. Every person has a book inside them. I honestly believe that. And two, you don't have to be an expert to write a book. And if you feel the same way, feel free to subscribe to my channel. leave a comment behind. Anything regarding your feelings on this subject. Do you have to be an expert in order to write a book? So there you go. So there's my video for today.